Parker Fox 24 via X. He joins 9 to noon each and every Monday, and here he is now. When it comes to Minnesota Vikings football, the way I am laying out like the sweats for now and things you and we are sweating this offseason, and there's more, but what hit the mind first was A, as of right now, when do they re-up with Flores? B, McCarthy is the play leave forever. And C, can we finally nail more draft picks and have them help post haste and for years to come? And good morning.
Yeah, and good morning. You hate question marks, right? Like you want to go into an off season with a direct line to what's going to work, what's going to make you a playoff team again. So as a fan, the fan side of things for me is like I hate all the question marks, especially on the defensive line. You look at like a Jordan Addison, you look at Jalen Naylor, what's going to happen with CJ Ham probably retiring. So there's just like so many question marks going in to an offseason, which I don't like as a fan. But then I look on the other side of trying to be positive and, hey, we got a lot of things moving forward for us that are in place that as a Vikings fan you got to like. And Brian Flores, obviously another question mark, but the defense was so good, especially these last couple games. And if you can find ways to retain that, look at Dallas Turner, the jump he made. So I hate the question marks, but I'm positive moving forward.
So with Pete Carroll being fired as coach of the Las Vegas Raiders, the Las Vegas Raiders are going to have to pay him a handsome sum for the 2 years he won't be part of the program. But Tom Brady having say within the Raiders management and organization and being a part owner, do we believe Brian Flores has a chance or legitimate chance to become the head coach at either Las Vegas, Cleveland, Atlanta, Tennessee? Yeah, we'll put the Giants in there, but that's a zero right there. What do y'all think?
Yeah. The Cardinals are now part of that as well.
Gannon?
Yeah. Jonathan Gannon got nixed.
Oh, wow.
Just about 5 minutes ago.
Yeah, you got to look at names like, Cliff Kingsbury. You got to look at Brian Dable, I think, maybe Vance Joseph. Some of the names that pop out to me.
Like the Giants might hire Mike McCarthy.
Yeah, literally.
I know. Come on.
Well, now Pete Carroll's available.
Yeah, Pete Carroll is available.
Well, and you got to cross. I mean, one of those jobs should go to Stefanski.
Yeah.
Like, can I be confident enough in saying that Kevin, whatever the openings are, Stefanski has to be tapped for one of those?
Yeah. Stefanski has at least a year left on a deal, a new deal that he signed into last year. So Jimmy Haslam, owner of the Cleveland Browns, man, he's hoping Kevin gets a new job,
Definitely. And the thing I look at is the Max Crosby bit. Like, does Brian Flores look at that and say, ooh, we got a stud in Max Crosby. Let me go there and find ways to bring my defensive prowess over there. Vance Joseph, like I mentioned, I think that's another name, Broncos DC. So we would hate to see him leave, right? Like we love what he's done with our defense. But at the same time, give him credit and he's going to have to make the best decision for him and his family.
Well, clearly you don't like this uncertainty.
Yeah.
And we're going to be back together again on Wednesday, probably out of the gate. So as your mood settles with this off-season uncertainty, one thing that I know is not uncertainty with you, death, taxes, and Andrew Van Ginkel sniffing out a screen.
You like that one?
Somebody put that out on the social media machine yesterday, didn't they?
Oh, that was excellent. I am such an Andrew Van Ginkel fan. I mean, I love our linebacking core, especially with just the way it's developed. Blake Cashman being a Gopher, loved watching him through his Gopher career and then on to the Vikings now. And but Andrew Van Ginkel, it's just the intelligence he plays with is so next level. I think you got to give him credit for his film work, his study work. He clearly knows what teams are doing on the offensive side of the football, and he just sniffs it out, and he just continues to make plays. And he's a guy that I think all Vikings fans look at as like, this is the epitome. Where am I going here?
Epitome.
Yeah.
You nailed it first time.
I think I did. But that's exactly what you want from a linebacking core. And so I think you got to give Andrew Van Ginkel a lot of credit for what he's done. But the linebacking core in general, they've been just a highlight of what Vikings defense is all about.
Now with the college football team, can you learn at Sports Minds, get me up to speed on this Coy Parrish thing? I mean, like, okay, Coy Parrish like his representation or him, like I'm going to enter the transfer portal.
Yeah.
But I don't know if you can now or like you got to wait or whatever, but like he hasn't, right?
Yeah, I mean.
So then I saw something where it's like, is this a leveraging ploy to get more NIL money from this market? And damn, man, I mean, I'm sure that this has happened a million times and like I'm the only one that missed it.
Yeah.
But I mean, now are we going so professional on this thing? This is not a coy. This is just the system where you're playing school against school.
Yep.
Holy cow.
That's exactly what it is. Yeah, it's not, and you hate to see the fans turn on him. Like I've seen some pretty mean tweets.
Really?
Yeah, I've seen some kind of disgusting stuff on social media.
Did he not have a great year?
He didn't have the year he had his freshman year, right? He had all those interceptions his freshman year, was the All-American. He didn't come up with those big time plays and big time situations. Now, he had a solid year. He made plays. He was flying all over the field. They tried him out on offense a little bit. Didn't work the way I think they wanted it to work.
I think that's part of the problem.
I think you're exactly right.
Is they tried to go Travis Hunter on this bid, or at least push in a direction to put him there.
Let me ask a dumb question.
And I don't think it worked out well.
All right. This is potentially a dumb question. Because PJ is not in the business of like acquiescing to desires and feelings at the expense of winning games.
Yeah.
But I'm just wondering, with Coy Parrish playing some offense and he wanted to play some offense, he wants to play some offense.
Yeah.
Well, we're going to do this because we want to make sure Coy stays.
Yeah.
Oh.
You know what I'm saying?
I do, yeah.
Definitely.
So
I don't think that's a dumb question. I just don't. I wouldn't be able to verify that in terms of how much the leverage, again, because of the portal, because of oh my goodness, NIL cash here and there. Yeah. Let's give maybe one of our best players, our most talented players, as many opportunities as possible to impact the game in a positive way.
So you work today, right?
Yeah.
Well, you go to Minneapolis First Resource Bank, find the banker Tim.
That's right.
Uncle Tim Seekley.
Uncle Tim.
And tell him it's $300,000 minimum for Coy Parrish now, or you're walking out and turning down the job.
Yeah, I think that number is north of the seven figures now. That's a big number for number three. Yeah, it's such a weird situation because he's a Minnesota guy. He's talked, at end about how proud he is to be a Gopher. This was his dream. He said that his long-term dream was to be a Viking. The whole bit. He's a proud Minnesotan, but I think now it's just changed, right? Like it's truly a professional look on things with the agencies, with the way the transfer portal works. It's kind of like a win-win type of thing for him, where he can come back or he could, leverage himself for more money type of situation. So, I like I mentioned right away, stop going on Twitter and X and all these social medias and ragging on the kid, because it's not the approach to take to it. If you truly want him back, like, show the support for him. I think that's the way you have to look at it.
Well, and I can't be down on him. I just think about if I was 19 or 20, whatever age he is now through 2 seasons, and I don't know what he's making as a part of the Minnesota Gophers in terms of the NIL and all of that. But if somebody truly walked up to me and now I have an agent and they're like, all right, you're making $100,000 or whatever it is here, they're going to give you $1 million. And sure, you aren't going to be playing wide receiver where we're going to end that. You're just going to go be one of the best defensive backs at this, and you're going to make 7 figures. By the way, there's like a 6% chance that you're going to last in the NFL. You're going to make 7 figures right now and will continue for the rest of your college career. How could you not be enticed by that?
And if somebody is willing to exponentially pay more than he's getting here, well, then I'm going to guess that's a team that, with respect, has a better chance to get to the college football playoff system than we do here in Dinkytown.
Yeah, I've seen Miami.
Not going to Ball State.
No, I've seen Miami. I've seen Indiana. I've seen Ohio State. Those are three programs that are.
Isn't there a former Gophers coach that's somewhere else now that might be trying to court him?
I think you're right. I think he might be down in Miami.
Is it Heatherman maybe?
Oh wow.
Yeah, that could, yeah. Corey Heatherman. Yeah, he's got the wheels in motion.
Really?
Yeah. That's what
Canes in the Final Four.
The X machine is saying here.
Canes favored by like a touchdown over Ole Miss. Indiana favored by 4 over Oregon.
Yeah, Canes look good. It's looking to be an IU Miami final.
The Minnesota Timberwolves, as Nordo mentioned during News Du Nizzle, killed the Washington Wizard yesterday. I wrote this down in anticipation of you being here Monday over the weekend. And it's from a story at The Athletic, co-written by Johnny Athletic, John Krasinski. He was not on the Miami trip, so therefore somebody based in Miami wrote part of the story too. But the Wolves-related quotes were generated by Johnny Athletic, and including 2 polarizing quotes after they embarrassed themselves against Atlanta. But I'm just going to hit on one of them with P. Fox right now at Parker Fox 24, paraphrasing after the Timberwolves got blown out by a raggedy, not raggedy, Jalen Johnson's high end, but a mediocre at best Atlanta Hawks team. Anthony Edwards basically said, we barely run the plays we are given to us, but when we do, they work, and we're tough to beat. All right. Now, Finchie joins 9 to noon tomorrow at 9 a.m. So that's absolutely part of the mix. But like Anthony saying, we barely run what plays are given to it. Is that commonplace?
I think in the NBA a little bit. You look at, I feel like I talk all the time about 82 games. It's hard to stay within a system for that long. But I think Ant is right. Like, you have to, now you don't have to have set plays every single time down the court, but you have to have concepts. You have to have concepts of what you're doing offensively. And when you have a guy like Rudy Gobert, who offensively rebounds so well, it's such a big part of his game. Like, you don't want him sitting around the perimeter like a Draymond Green might do. So you have to continue to have these concepts of pin down situations for Ant, getting isolation situations when you have a ball handling 4 in Julius Randle. So you have to figure out ways where your concepts work. And that doesn't mean that you're setting up a play every single time down the court. There's a 24-second shot clock. You got to get things in motion faster. You got to try to get out in transition. So there's a lot of things going on within a basketball game, but I think Ant's right, is you have to have those concepts set and you have to find ways to stick by them.
So Finch, I'm trying to find the exact quote. So Finch is talking about connectivity or lack thereof. Anthony Edwards left the bench before the game was over.
Classic.
Then didn't speak to the media. That's rare for Anthony to do that, but here it is. Quote, the game changer. I mean, I feel like we can beat everybody, but if we play to a certain level, I feel like we can beat everyone. Sometimes we play to that level. Sometimes we don't. If we play to this level right here, Nas plays how he played, Jaden, Dante, Bones, I feel we can hang with the best of them. Then he goes on to say, pretty much what I mentioned earlier about, most of the time, so DiVincenzo and Edwards have both said the responsibility lies on their shoulders. Quote Anthony, most of the time we just don't listen to the game plan. When we listen to it and execute it, we're pretty good.
Yeah.
What the hell is that?
I think that goes back to the old Mike Tomlin, the standard is the standard type of bit. You know what I mean? Like, you have to come out and you can't find ways to play to your opponents. The NBA is too good. There's too many good players throughout this league, and you have to find ways to come and play your game. And I think, some of the scouting and some of the, the film stuff goes by the wayside when you're on the road and you're traveling, and it's hard to, you're playing 4 games on the road and you're trying to decipher between each team and the whole bit. But I think Ant's right, is if you're playing the way you're supposed to be playing, and if you're locked into the little things, that you're going to find ways to win because you have enough talent and you have enough depth. So I think that's something the Timberwolves, if Ant's truly speaking the truth, like, you got to realize that, and then it's got to be an 82 game thing.
My brother, we will see you on Wednesday, and thanks for the time.
Thank you. Appreciate it. Love you, Pierre.
I love you too. T-Wolves play Tuesday night here against the Heat, so we'll have some T-Wolves talkers. With Parker Fox at Parker Fox 24 via X. Please follow if you're so inclined. And thank you for following 9 to noon. If you missed the patented Monday montage and or the drive-bys that we executed in the Vikings locker room yesterday, we're going to play those back for you next. All righty, drive-bys following the 5th consecutive victory. Vikings season over. Green Bay played a bunch of backups. They go to the postseason next weekend. Started with Theo Jackson, safety for the Vikings. I'm like 9-8. What do you think?
It was definitely a season that we didn't plan on having. I feel like we had a lot of growth since the start of the season. To finish off this way, I feel like that we're going in the right direction for next year.
And the Vikings beat Green Bay by 13 to close festivities. Very emotional with Kevin, the coach, taking a timeout so Harrison Smith can get that ovation. And just like the Lions game, you guys went to 11 on him on the sideline. You know, if this is it for Harrison Smith, you being a safety, what have you learned from him? Like, what can you model after the way he plays?
Honestly, it's kind of hard to model Tutu. But, you know, I feel like just the way he thinks about the game, you know, the way he moves during the game, I feel like I picked up a lot on that. And, you know, really just trusting what you're seeing. You know?
And lastly, what about CJ Ham? I mean, CJ got super emotional too at the end. Holy cow! I mean, a couple of great guys and dynamite players, but CJ Ham too, man. What's it like? What has it been like being a teammate with CJ?
That's my dog, man. You know, special teams. Me and him, we bonded a lot over these last 4 years. You know, and yeah, that's tough. I don't even know what to even say about CJ. Like, it's nothing but great things that you can say about CJ. So, you know, I told him this to his face. I said, I hate it, but I love that for you. You know, so you know, I'm probably gonna call him a couple times, but you know, I'm happy for him.
Enjoy your off season. Thank you for your kindness as usual, and congratulations on finishing with a winning record.
Thank you.
Appreciate you. That's Theo Jackson as the drive-bys are underway here in a Minnesota Vikings locker room that is celebratory following a 16-3 victory over the Green Bay Packers. Border battle 131 goes the way of the Minnesota Vikings. And let's see what we can do over here. They're rolling in and out of this locker room. And here we go. A couple of offensive linemen, two of my favorite, too. Michael Juergens. Not many starts. I have less than a handful of starts for you, man. But they came at the end, and you played quite well. What do you think can possibly pave the way, not only for you, but like the offensive line and everything moving forward?
I think it's just continuing to get reps all together. You know, like you said, we had a lot of different combinations in the line this year. You know, I'll say it a little differently than you said it, but you know, we have a lot of fun together. We spend a lot of time together, and I think, you know, we were an ascending group, and throughout the offseason, we're going to continue to ascend, and I think it was a special group, and I think we were playing our best football here at the end of the year, and you know, just got to hit that stride into the offseason and carry that momentum.
Yeah, it's like 24, 25 different offensive line combinations this year. It's been unbelievable. And you're still very young in your career, and there are many, many starts ahead of you as your career rolls on. Like, what did this experience help you with, going against the likes of Aleem McNeil and then the Packers today, stuff like that? Like what did you learn into the season that really has you pining to come back and improve next year?
You know, I think it's just taking those reps and learning what it's like to be out there in a game and understanding what to focus on, understand what to hear in the play call, how to make the calls that it's best for the line. Especially for me, coming from an RPO system, learning how the different aiming points in the blocks and how to attack those combos. It's something I've gotten more comfortable with throughout the year, and you know, something that now I've gotten game reps and experience it with. I can continue to visualize it and grow on it, and you know, do a lot of that in the offseason.
My man, what can you say about the guy to my right, Will Fries? I mean, all those offensive line combinations. My man's out here starting all 17.
I don't believe that guy missed a snap. Yeah, he's a warrior, especially coming off a. You know, I don't want to say it, but you know, after last season, and he's a great guy, great to have in the room. He's awesome. I'm really happy he's here.
Enjoy your off season. Thank you for the time.
Oh, appreciate you.
Michael Juergens. Will, 17 starts, didn't miss a snap. I mean, we've discussed it before a little bit. We ain't got to get in depth into it, but I mean, like when you got here, you were coming off a pretty significant injury, and you know, watching you in training camp and stuff like that, it just seemed from afar, because you've had an excellent career, you know, that Will's working himself back into shape and off the injury and everything, and then boom, we play against the Bears at Soldier Field and just finished beating the Green Bay Packers for a 9-8 record. And you made all the starts. I mean, that's just congratulations, man. I know you're paid to do that, but all those offensive line combinations, that had to be difficult, right?
Yeah, you know, first off, I'm really lucky to be able to make it through the year healthy, and I have a lot of really good teammates to lean on. You know, it wasn't easy the whole year, but Having guys like Brian O'Neill next to me, Ryan Kelly, and Michael Juergens stepped in late in the year. Like, those guys are rocks, and it's awesome playing next to them. And they helped me the entire year. Kind of make it through. So I got to give all my credit to the teammates.
And your right tackle Brian O'Neill played in his 17th border battle today against Green Bay, and even like Blake Brandel. I mean, the position flexibility he has. He had to step in for Brian in that Detroit game. I mean, you guys have depth with this, but really it just seems from afar like it was a very cohesive, tight group. Like you guys really enjoy each other's company.
Oh man, it's the best group of guys in the world. I wouldn't want to play with anyone else. The way they accepted me into the group, coming from a different team, and the way we were able to grow the whole year, and like you kind of said, all those different line combinations kind of help out. It's tough at first, but when you start getting reps next to each other and learning each other, it just helps the whole group grow as a whole. And those guys that got their chance to play, they're going to keep getting better. It's a big off season for everyone, and we got a lot to build off and look forward to this off season.
Will, you're fantastic. It was great getting to know you a lot better getting to know you, period, but as well as we did by the end of the year. You're very good at what you do, man. Look forward to calling your games next year.
Thank you very much. Appreciate it.
See you, bud. That's Will Fries.
Thank you, by the way, for what you said last week. My wife loved it, so.
Can't remember what I said, but it sounds like it was complimentary. And God bless you and your family, okay? Will Fries started all 17 games. All right, last drive-by. I mean, I got to say good. Yeah, look at that big smile right there and those nice chains. Congratulations on joining Randy, HOF, and Mike Evans as future HOF for sure. As one of only 3 to have at least 1,000 yards in 6 seasons. You had more than 100 yards today. Thank heavens, for the first time since that Cleveland-Tottenham Hotspur game. And also earlier in the week, man, I was there for it. I came out for it, too, to see your reaction. I'm the announcer. I'm not really media, but you and I do so much work together during the season, man. I wanted to see you accept that media Corey Stringer Good Guy Award for the second time, I believe, too. So what's that mean to you when the media acknowledges you like that?
No, it means a lot. Just after this season, it's been a difficult season, emotionally, physically. So it's just. It's part of my job to come here. I got that C on my chest. I'm classified a leader of this team, so it's up to me. Whether I come in the building and I continue to lead, continue to have that high spirit, and continue to motivate my teammates to continue to push forward, rather than having my head down and being negative and really giving up on the season. So I love this team. I love this game of football that I play every single day. So it's just about being blessed to come out here and playing this sport that I love at the highest level. So it's really just. It's just one of those tough ones, man. I hate to see, this be our last opportunity of the season. I hate to see my dog Harry and CJ Ham go out. But the fact that we finished the season 5 straight wins, and, we can come in this locker room with a happy smile on our face and with that pride and joy about continue to finish the season and continue on to next season. So it's definitely a journey.
Justin, what was it like having CJ Ham as a teammate?
Oh, great, phenomenal. Just to hear his story when I first came in, to see him lead, to see him blossom as a player. It's not too many fullbacks that's still in this league. So for him to continue to be a main role in our offense, to score today, to have his last touchdown on the field, in front of his family, in front of his fans, that's the thing that means the most. To see him crying with emotions, about the love that he had for this game, the love that he had for his teammates, in this organization. That really means a lot.
And lastly, you decompression time, right? Just get away wherever you're going to go to your family or whatever, and just like. What do you do? I mean, because, it needs to be better next year. Not you. The passing part needs to be better next year. McCarthy started his 10th game today. So, if you look at Drake May and Bo Nix and all those, Quarter Caleb, through their first 10 games, they had some problems too. So, I mean, the young man needs more opportunity, right?
Oh, for sure. And, we definitely will connect more. Our relationship will be connecting more, throughout this offseason. So we don't have the same results. So we don't, come back and say we should have did this, or we're regretting different moves or different decisions that we made. So it's up to me, it's up to the guys in this room, to get better and to continue to get better. And as a captain, as a leader, as one of the best receivers of the league, I gotta, get my youngin with me and connect with him more and more. So that's definitely the plan this offseason.
We can eliminate one of and just go with the best receiver in the NFL because you are. And, man, there was a touchdown earlier this season here where you were just blocking your tail off to get the running game into the end zone. So you know what I think of you, man. You're fantastic. Thank you very much for the kindness all year, and may God bless you and your family.
Always. Appreciate you, Paul.
Thank you. See you, bud. That's Justin Jefferson. Love you, too. Justin Jefferson, the best wide receiver in the NFL with a drive-by. See you, bud. Brian O'Neill, 17th border battle against Green Bay, and chatted with Juergens and Will Fries a little bit. But, man, I mean, you've been through and seen a lot. But, I mean, like 23, 24, 25 different offensive line combinations this year, that's just crazy, huh?
Yeah, it's not ideal. But, we made the most of it. And, a lot of credit to the guys who came in that weren't expecting to have to play a lot this year. And came in and did an admirable job. Juergens came in and did a really good job at center. Blake Brandel has now played meaningful snaps at every single position on the offensive line for the Vikings, which is really cool. And just one of the all-time best glue guys and locker room guys, O-line room guys that you could ask for. And they told me yesterday, if it's going really well, we're going to get Blake some action at the end. They give him a little send off for a job well done this year. So, it was a really fun day for a lot of different reasons.
Brian, what has it been like being a teammate with CJ Ham?
It's been awesome. He really is the best. Unbelievable player, unbelievable person, unbelievable teammate. And I'm gonna be calling him this summer. I know it might be it, but I'm holding out hope. I don't know if he is, but I love that dude.
What about Harrison Smith?
All time Viking, first ballot Ring of Honor, should be Hall of Fame. Just one of the realest dudes that you could ever ask for. Football player. I think the best compliment I've heard somebody give him is he loves playing football. He loves being he loves playing football, not being a football player. He loves the game. He loves the team. He loves the locker room. All the other stuff he's okay with, but he loves this. And if we had more guys like that, we'd be in a really good spot.
Yeah, well, we do with you. Like I've said before, one of the toughest guys that I've called in a quarter century. I appreciate the kindness with these little chats. May God bless you and your family this offseason. Look forward to seeing you at OTAs.
Appreciate it, PA. I'll be there. Thank you.
That's Brian O'Neill. Right tackle for the Minnesota Vikings. Drive-bys after a victory over the Green Bay Packers. I got to stop you real quick. What happened?
It was a great vibe today. Obviously, to finish the season strong like that, and obviously, to see Harrison Smith's moment, it was definitely, and CJ Ham was a very emotional day today, but it felt good to get the dub.
Well, Byron Murphy Jr., when I say what happened, I meant, you went 18 in a row without a pick, then you got picks in 2 consecutive games. We needed to get 3 consecutive games here, but it's not like they threw it a ton.
Exactly, but we always talk about this. Once they come in bunches. Obviously, just sticking to the script. Obviously, wanted more turnovers for this defense. But obviously just, kept my head right, got the interceptions that I needed to make those plays, but they'll be there again.
Byron, what has Harrison Smith meant to you?
That's a big brother to me. Obviously, been watching him since, I was younger. Just to, be his teammate. Always a blessing just to be his teammate. And obviously, he's the leader of our defense. So, but obviously, all the stuff he's done for this game, that's the most respected. And I know he knows that as well.
You're awesome. Enjoy your off season. May God bless your family. And I look forward to seeing you at OTA.
Yes, sir. God bless you. Appreciate you.
Byron Murphy Jr., one of our very favorites here in the drive-by covenant. Where let's head over here and find another defensive person. Here's Andrew Van Ginkel. Mr. Van Ginkel, what's going on, my man? Everything good?
Not today.
Got it, okay. Well, I thought the not today. You were down on the field for like 3 seconds longer than normal. I'm like, holy cow, did he get hurt or something? The 9 and 8 season. I want to just begin here with a couple of drive-bys for you. Harrison Smith, you're 2 years here. You played with Harrison. I know you're not in the DB's room, but nevertheless, he's a scholar of the game. And to hear Kevin O'Connell describe like the cat and mouse game against Dak Prescott and the likes of Jared Goff, a couple of high enders right there. What's it like being a teammate with Harrison Smith?
No, it's special. I've learned a lot from him, had some great conversations. Something that I'll cherish forever. And who knows if this will be his last game or not. He's had a hell of a career. I got to watch him growing up, and then I get to play with him. It's something that's, truly special to me. And when you see a guy like that play at this type of level, it's special. And the way he can impact the game it's one of one.
Andrew, and that's one of many things that I genuinely appreciate about you is how some of the most simplistic things are special to you. The simple things in life. Hey, Dallas, congratulations. Good job, bud. Dallas Turner, a couple of sacks today. But like pregame, when you saw Jim Kleinsasser on the sideline, Carrington, North Dakota, meet Rock Valley, Iowa, you wanted to meet Jim, because I know you have appreciation for his game from like when you were growing up, but it's like the simple things like that, those are important, right?
Yeah, it's huge. Someone that you hear on the radio from, UPAs, it's special when you get to meet a guy like that with his impact to this team, to this organization. And, that's what they do a great job here with all the legends and guys that have had success and, made an impact on this team is cool. And, when you get to meet a guy like that, you get to really, just dig into what it means to be a Viking and be a part of such a great organization.
Lastly, with Brian Flores and the defense that you guys unfurl, the more you play in it, 2 years for you now, but you did miss some time this year. The farther you get into the season, are the tricks and the deception and like the expectations easier to decipher? Because it's one of the most underrated stories in the NFL because the record's 9-8, that the Vikings defense is absolutely one of the best overall defenses in the NFL, but it's not going to the playoffs. So nationally, not a lot of people talk about it, but is Flores defense easier to decipher for veterans?
Yeah. I think if you want to play in Flores defense, you have to be smart and dependable. And, we do so many different things. We vary from week to week. We're constantly changing and evolving. And, Flo does a good job of putting us in positions to succeed that game. And depending on who we're playing and who they got over there is depending on how we're going to play them and attack them. And so you got to be smart. You got to be able to play multiple positions. You got to be able to move and have good instincts. And when you got guys like Harrison Smith that can allow you to be in the best position, the best play possible, and it allows you to play fast and kind of expect plays that are coming, and which ultimately leads to turnovers and puts a lot of pressure on them.
And lastly, congratulations to you and your wife on the birth of your newest child. What is said child's name, and how many do you have now?
Little boy is Truett Weidler, and this is our third little boy. We're super grateful. My wife Sam's a trooper and does a great job, so very blessed.
Well, I would say, hey, go enjoy Turks and Caicos or maybe this elongated vacation to warm weather. But you got I know. Well, you got the new baby and you got a stable over there. But hey, man, God bless you. Genuinely appreciate not only the way you play, but the prayers we have before each and every game and just your kindness. So look forward to seeing you at OTAs, and thanks for everything.
Yep. Thank you, PA. Appreciate it.
PA's patented post-game locker room drive-bys, all part of the fifth consecutive win for the Vikings to put a cap on the 2025 season. The border battle 131 yesterday, 16-3 victory for the Purple. Final segment 9 to noon is
The Fan.
All right, the closing salvo really from an overarching standpoint is the A topic with 9 to noon today. And it involves the Friday Football Feast and the newfangled fantasy segment we created called IHOP in honor of Paul, as in Paul Charchian. Then Scott Fish and FantasyCares.org jumped into the mix in the late equation. We had a couple of people generous enough to match. And here's how it finished. With Nordo, yours truly, and Alec Lewis, and our fantasy prognosticating during the course of the year, Second Harvest Heartland, Feed My Starving Children, and the Kyrie Jackson Foundation, $11,900. Wow. Then
cool.
Then you take Chris Finch, who a month and a half ago during an interview on the radio was like, okay, well, I'll match your total, Paul, for Second Harvest Heartland. He's on the board. And Thousand Hills recently, just a couple of weeks ago, offering to match Nordo's final total at the end of the equation, Well, now we take $7,600, put it on top of $11,900, $19,500. $19,500 for the baby game. IHOP in honor of Paul. Who knew? So Second Harvest Heartland, Feed My Starving Children, Kyrie Jackson Foundation, they are the benefactors of In Honor of Paul. Thanks to everybody involved. Thank you for listening to 9 to Noon today. Here comes Nordo with that wrap on the show.
The game is over. Now, what did I do wrong?
Thanks for the props and the montage. Another year-ending song with a highlight collage. One last cry, my 12th year in a row. So you say, sadly, it's a song that I've gotten to know. Will Harry stay or go? Man, I wonder, from the days of those hits that cracked like thunder to all of his sacks over the years, the 39 picks, kind of working with flow. He's like a one-man fix. And look at the time, man. Damn, nearly a decade with a thick cut, the CJ Ham. End of a season always brings about change, and this year among most, man, it's utterly strange. Can the kid QB get better and stay healthy? Would a defense without Flores be nearly as stealthy? Can this team hit some homers in the draft? Is it bad that when I asked, I laughed?
I'm a kid, so I call it KFAN.
Podcast today's Paul Allen Show, or listen back to previous show and interviews by going to the iHeartRadio app or KFAN.com.